Guess how much time and money it takes to incorporate a company in Canada? That to a named corporation? Well, it took less than 30 minutes and it costed me less than $220. It was very simple. Now, for those of you who says, Gopi, I don't believe you. I will be showing you every single step as well as the transaction of money what I made. After that, you're going to believe, right? Hi all, welcome back to Canada Tried and Tested. Recently, I wanted to incorporate my company here in Canada and I wanted to do this entirely on my own. As I wanted named corporation, many said it is very difficult and in fact, some of them suggested to go for a service. And having done this now through online, I can proudly say it is very simple. In today's video, I'm sharing with you every single step which I followed. In fact, I'm showing you the actual form I filled. I have hidden certain personal detail, but you will be able to figure out how easy this process is. All you need to do is watch the video from start till end and do like and comment. If you're new to my channel, kindly press this subscription button as well as bell notification so that you don't miss out any of my future videos. I make videos on information related to Canada immigration, my own experience as a new immigrant, as well as many money saving tips which will make you successful here in Canada. So let me take you to my computer and show you how I did this. Come. I entered Incorporation in Canada and I was taken to this page. You see on top, all these listings are ad. So I just ignored them and I scroll down. Federal Incorporation. Corporations Canada. This is the official government website. Here I checked about federal incorporation, what are the benefits of incorporating, eligibility details, what I need before I start. I read through the benefit of incorporating since I was going in for business. You also have option of non-for-profit and how much it cost. $200 for online. I chose this and I clicked incorporate. Now here on this page, it showed basic incorporation, which is you will be assigned a number, not name. I was going in for custom incorporation, which means that I will get a word name. Okay, and then if it is for not for profit, then there is third option. I click next. Here on this page, I entered my name, telephone, email address. It's very simple. I just fill in this detail and then I filled in word name. As I said, I wanted to go for word. Here for a name proposal, I had to pay additional this much. I will show you the steps. So only thing is that the name must be distinct as possible and it should not conflict or create confusion with any other registered company already. So I selected word and went next, and here I entered the name what I had in my mind, the proposed name, and what was it differentiating from other businesses which had similar name, and then what kind of business activity I wanted to do. So once I entered this and clicked next, I was taken to this page where all the companies with something in common or similar name, it was listed here, name, the jurisdiction and the number, and what is their status of corporation. So I looked through each and every name in the list. If they are identical or somewhere it is going to cause confusion, and after doing all the study, since my name I knew it is distinct and I was convinced myself, I went ahead, I wrote that name and an extension limited. I had these four choices. I chose limited. So the name with an extension limited. Now I did not go for any second option for official language. Then business activity, this auto filled from the previous form I had filled. And then these details I gave as much as possible, like what business activity my company intend to carry out. Complete detail I wrote it down, and the geography was for entire Canada. I described the type of clientele my corporation intends to have. Again, this was very elaborate. I wrote as much as possible, and I explained how I came with this distinctive name which I was proposing. So I explained, how it is aligned to my business, and all the possible reasoning to my best of ability. I was honest in writing why I wanted this name. And then, if this name contains any person's family name, in my case, it was not applicable. So I wrote that. And then, similar name or trademark, in my case, I did not find that anything in common. So once I filled in all these details, then here on the supporting document, I did not fill in any supporting document detail. And then on the corporate name payment summary, I was given 10 minutes, and the options you can see through which I could pay the money. Now there was no refund for this. Okay, this is for the name. So it showed the proposed name, what I had written, and how distinct it was, and the business activity. Once all these three were shown and the money, I proceeded with the payment. Okay, then I clicked yes. Here I entered my card details and did the payment. Once the payment was done, I got this receipt which had details on how much I paid, the invoice number, authorization code, transaction date, and where the receipt has been emailed. Then I click next. Here on the custom incorporation, my province was Ontario. I chose that. And description of classes of share, one class of share, since it is only me, I chose none in the next section. And for the minimum and maximum number of director, I kept 1 to 10. Other provisions, I checked none. And then on the incorporators, as I said, it was only me. So let me scroll down. Okay, here add individual. So here on add individual, I entered my details. Let me show you. Add individual, entered my name and add, and then effective date I kept as it is. Next, here the article of incorporation, I could review, I could print, and you can read through, review, print and sign. So I just reviewed it, I could download it, and once I read through and I found that everything is okay, I click next. And then on the registered office address, again registered office address as well as board of director, I entered the address, and board of director, it was only me, so I entered my name, and then I gave confirmation. I confirm. Click next. Okay, and where the reminder notice has to be sent, I chose email. Okay, and then Ontario, for which I did not have to pay any fee, and next. I was taken to this extra provincial registration for Ontario. So there was no fee since I had already selected Ontario. And then I looked at the form, what was given, I just read through. Okay, once I read all these things in detail, I clicked on I consent. Okay, it is required for me to finish. So I click next, and then corporate name showed, my address, and all these details were shown to me. And the principal office was same as registered office. Date again, I kept it same. Language as English, and no chief officer or manager. Person authorization, the filing, I kept my name. Title as director, and contact email, I clicked next, and then on this step I went ahead with payment. So for regular service it was a 1 day turnaround. Since it is a name, in number it almost happens instantly within few hours. In name it is 1 day. If I go for express service it is 4 hours. So I selected normal. I was okay with 1 day. This is the payment summary. Okay, you see here $200 for article of incorporation, and then proceed to payment. Here again I clicked yes, and this payment gateway opened. I entered my card details, and boom, wow, the transaction is approved. Then I entered my email ID to send these details. So this is how I got the email. You can see I've hidden the details, but you can see the transaction record that it is done, legitimate, and this was submitted. So I got this message, and next day, less than 24 hours after I went and submitted the application, I got this mail informing that my company is now a corporation in Canada. So that's it. You saw how simple it is. If I can do it, you can also do it. Now I'm sure you would have already liked and left your comment at the comment section. If not, please do that. I do read and reply every single comment. Also, don't forget to share. Good things are to be shared, right? Thanks for watching Canada Tried and Tested.